Hi, I'm Sophie, and welcome to my world. Today, I've got my good friend Hannah and our Sophie-World mascot, Umi, is joining us today. Hannah loves Umi. And today, we're going to be making headbands. Now, the reason for this is I actually got a email notice from somebody who said, I noticed that you have decorated headbands on your website, but you've never made a headband. Well, that gave me the impetus to go to the drawing board and figure out how to make a headband. And we've done so today. So Hannah is actually sporting one that she designed. It is got a peacock design. She created this one. We've also got ones with bows, as you can see. But we're going to be teaching everybody how to do the basic headband, and then you, the viewer, can go to town and decorate it any way that you would like. Now, the first question that I have to ask you, Hannah, is would you like a thin headband or would you like a thick headband?
Let's start with a thin one.
A thin one, okay. So to start with a thin one, shall we start with your fabulous cupcake?
Oh, yes.
Hannah's very fond of the cupcake. Now, what I'm probably going to ask you is if you wanted to have it go all the way around behind your ears, or would you like it just to be on the top of your head?
How about all the way around my ears?
Okay, so what we're going to do then is we're going to make a longer piece, about 17 inches long.
Okay.
So I'm going to peel this off here for you, and I'm going to place it on the board. And what I'm going to do is have you just flatten that out. Now for this craft, you're going to need a pair of scissors, you're going to need a hole punch, and you're going to need some elastic. Now the elastic is very important because this is what's going to hold the headband to your head. It doesn't matter that it's this kind of elastic, which is a sort of thin tube elastic, but it does need to be some sort of elastic. And if you want to, you can also have some stickers, whatever else you want to use for embellishment. Okay, Hannah, so now you've flattened that out, which is important, so we got some of the sticky, and now we're going to pick it up and we're going to turn it over. Now here's where it can be a little bit tricky because what we're going to do is we're actually going to fold it in half on itself, okay?
Okay.
So you want to take your side there, and very gently and carefully we're going to fold it over, and then we're just going to smooth it out. Now I should let it be known that Hannah happens to be one of the best duct tape queens that I have ever met. She makes a lot of projects on her own. In fact, she has brought projects to parties and shown me what she has made, and she's very, very good at this. Okay, so now, Hannah, we have our basic headband. That's all there is to it. Now, if we want to, we can trim just a little bit to make sure there's no stickiness because
It doesn't get caught in your hair.
Exactly. And you have nice long hair. I, of course, have very short hair. So for me, it wouldn't be as painful as it would be for you. And I'm sure if you went home with a headband stuck to your head, your mom would not be very happy with me. Or your dad. Okay, so now we've got that trimmed. And what we're going to do, Hannah, is I'm going to just measure across the top of your head. And I want to figure out from ear to ear where that would be. So I'm going to slide this over until I've got it behind her ear and behind her ear here. I'm just going to have you cut that right there, Hannah. Now you don't need to have somebody there to measure it for you. You just put it over your head and hold it with your finger and then you'll know where to mark it. But it's kind of nice when you have an extra person. Okay, so Hannah, I like to make the edges rounded. So do you want to just take the little scissors and trim around the edges? I just find that it's nicer to have a rounded edge at the edge of your headband just so that you don't get poked with a little piece of sharp tape. So she's going to round those edges. Nicely done.
Thank you.
She's going to round the other end. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to get my hole punch ready because we're going to put 2 hole punches, one on either side of her rounded edge. I want to give myself at least about ½ an inch so that it doesn't pull through. Okay, I'm going to have you put a hole punch there.
There?
Yeah, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Nicely done. See, that's about ½ to ¼ inch in there.
Uh-huh.
½ an inch is really where you want to go. A little bit more is fine. 3/4, ½ an inch is fine. Good, excellent. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. So now we've got 2 ka-chunk, ka-chunks, and we're going to need our elastic. Now, what I like to do with my elastic is I actually like to cut off more than I need, and I like to double it just to make sure it's nice and sturdy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half like this. So see how I have this little loop? What we're going to do is feed the loop through one of our holes, like this. Can you pull that through?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you go. Let you pull that through.
There we go.
And then we're going to feed this through the loop. Okay, I'm going to open it up. You feed it through. Perfect. And now just pull. And what that does is that secures the elastic nice and tight to our headband. Okay, now you're going to have to remove that beautiful headband that you made earlier because we want to measure to your head. Now what I like to do is feed it through the second hole and ask you to put it on, as you naturally would do. Perfect. And now slip it up, and then what we'll do is we'll just tighten it to where it feels good. Because it's elastic, you have a lot of give. There you go. Okay, so now how does that feel?
That's pretty good.
Right there?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to hold it here. I'm going to slide it off. And what we're going to do is we're just going to tie this off, Hannah.
Okay.
You want to
With a
pull that through?
just a simple knot?
I think we should, it's a good question if we should do 1 or 2 knots. What do you think?
Probably 2, just to be safe.
In fact, I think I would go for 3.
Really?
Mm-hmm, just to make
Okay.
sure we're nice and secure. Because you don't want that pulling out in your hair.
Yeah.
Especially people with very thick hair, it's often good to make sure you've got a couple knots going on here. That's good. Pull it up nice and tight. And give yourself 1 more. And then I think we can call it done.
Okay.
Now, this is the point when you can add stickers, you can add a bow, you can add whatever you want. But at this point, her headband is finished. And I think quite cute. Here you go. Want to put that in? For more fashion designable duck wear, or duct tape wear, I should say, come and check us out at Sophie-World.
.com.
Oh, that's really cute. Oh,
like
your
it.
brother's going to be so jealous.
I know.